Welcome, everyone. I have a really quick message, channeling message. So, welcome, empaths, starseeds, light workers, indigo children, crystalline children, rainbow children. Any words that I am forgetting, pardon me, teachers, ministers, healers, loved ones, your average light worker, saint running around. Thank you for being you. I'm feeling a really big energy of just pure divine light beings. So it's a consciousness, cosmic consciousness. So I'm getting earlier they were calling themselves the ancestors. So all my years of being shamanic, doing shamanic practices and learning and growing and healing, energy work, many of you know I started literally over 30 years ago being a massage therapist and energy healer, chakras, crystals. And throughout the time, realized the psychic medium part and just continued. So I've dedicated my whole life. I'm committed to this awakening time period and healing of the world, love for all people. So they're saying this is some high dimensional light council, and I'm not really sure who, but they're saying call us starseeds. Interesting. I wasn't expecting this, as they're saying ancestors. And in my vision and view of all the years, when people would say the ancestors, you imagine some like native people around a fire, which they do come that way to me, except I also see like crystals and oceans and things all around, like old crystal cities like Lemuria, Atlantis, stuff like that for many years. And not all of them look human. So this is just a perspective I have. But they're saying we're a galactic council. We're the ancestors, or some of the ancestors. And we are ancestors in many ways, many lifetimes. Not our small view, but a big view. So they're saying, so we just have a couple of messages we would like to tell you. Star family. Just know that they are always around and available. Even though this concept is a little bit weird, I understand that just for like a regular person that's never really even interested in ancient aliens to go, hey, where are my celestial star family beings? But most of you that would even attempt to watch the channel would be into it. Yeah, and I'm wearing my UFO shirt today, and just really cool. Last night, we had a stargazing, groovy galaxy, groovy energies, UFO watch last night, and it was so much fun. So there were 3 of us at first, and then 2 of us stayed longer. And we have the night vision goggles that we like to call Googles. just because we can. So we got night vision, staring at the stars, and at least 2 of us were like, whoa, this is way more activity than we've ever seen here. So when I lived in Sedona, there was different types of activity, way busy activity. As we know, that is a place for the star beings. It's a way station. Sedona is. And last night we saw many unidentified flying objects. We even looked up satellites. We looked up what was going on. We don't know, but several moving at once. And there was one. I am in the Midwest right now, in Oklahoma, and I've never seen this anywhere else, but there's some that move in zigzags when you ask. So you can ask them. You don't want to talk to the dark ones, the weird government ones, but the light beings. Some of them will either power up, make some brightness happen, and answer you a little bit, or move a little bit, stop and go. And there are cool ones here that do this zigzag thing. It's like almost like a twirl or a zigzag spiral. And so this group of celestial beings council and sister group is saying part of that is just to remind, helping us get our energies in spiral formation, in balance, which has been tough, and also helping us remember to pull up, like lift up, as we go through this awakening time and the energy shift. I just want to congratulate everyone and go back to that, what they were saying at first, which was anyone that asks, they will be glad to show you something like an anomaly or unidentified something in the skies. If you ask, it doesn't always happen in the first moment that you ask. And they're not all needing to have, people ask me this question all the time for a decade. They say, when is disclosure going to happen? And they're going to land in the yard, which is kind of nerve-wracking. We were talking about last night that I personally don't want any giant landing in my yard, and that'd be a little uncomfortable. And they don't always need to have a craft. They do. They showed us last night some really amazing stuff that I was not expecting. I was delighted at that UFO stargazing tour that we did last night. But they don't always need to come in your space really close with crafts, ships, light ships. But they do have them, and just know there's more going on than you know. And it's clearing up, like the skies are clearing up, and this earth plane, the lower energies are clearing up. And again, they're moving out old programming, old types of darker beings that have agendas or, want to take from us, harm us. And they're saying that throughout time, to the beginning of time and back, throughout many eras and stages, we are all seeded with this DNA of divine DNA of different cosmic regions and ways and places and shapes and forms. And they're saying, you deserve to be here. Congratulations for being here. Hold the light. Hold the light. And the ancestors are really honoring each and every one of us in our steps and our journey, whatever that is, our choices, our healing, our relationships, our jobs and lives. You're not behind. They want you to remember that. And then in this time of really massive change, they're saying it's really cool to recognize in yourself that you kind of wanted this, and we knew it was coming. Some of us have been awakened to that kind of consciousness for a long time. I've been waiting for over 30 years. And so they're saying we never have to go back to the old structure that's almost like a rat race, or, people are exhausted and not fulfilled. How's that? And so they're saying, remember your divinity. And know that many of us are having awakening right now to the next part of our purposes. And we might just have a flash or a thought or an inspiration, but it is true, and you'll know by the way you feel. The ancestors also want to remind you that you can ask at any time for healing. Like for me, I've had physical, I'm a little bit surprised. I'm not thrilled with myself on the physical part, but many of us have had physical, mental, emotional pieces that are balancing and healing, as well as the collective. So as the earth, the physical earth body, as she heals, Mother Earth, So do we, our little teeny tiny bodies that are very cute and perfect as they are, no matter what weirdo texts you and tries to tell you that it's not. That happens to me a lot. A lot of texting about how bad my body is. That is not even true. Thank you to those mean people. We send love to you. The Galactics, cosmic grooviness sends you great love. And thank you for stepping into your strength and power and being conscious and aware of how to not misuse your power or loom over somebody else or judge someone else or lie. Someone's saying the lies of the world are going to be caught pretty quickly. And there are new openings, options, opportunities for all of us who feel so tired and so exhausted. There are new options, opening opportunities. And many of you really do have twin flames, starseed soulmates, true loves that it just almost feels hopeless at this point. Like, who cares? And because you can feel the purposes. It's almost like, I know I'm supposed to nourish people and feed people and cook. Like maybe I should own a restaurant. Like, it's a totally different idea. Or be spiritual, or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Your inkling, your heart, your insights will let you know. And there's so much more help than you realize around you. I'm going to choose a Starseed card. These are some of my favorite little cards. You know what? I've been having a blast this week. Still moving a little bit slow, but I've been having a whole lot of fun. Really positive, having fun. And I haven't been pulling these cards every morning when I meditate and pray. I kind of miss them. So let's do a couple now. Release. Release. Sorry, I don't know if that's not coming into focus very well. Release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Oh man, I couldn't get a better one for me. That's what I've been working on for months and months and months. Release. Anything that is no longer for the highest good of any of us. I asked if you want, only if you want, to be released into the hands of God and to be a big mending, healing, loving wave of pure divine light to be run through us. The ancestors are saying that we will all be able to remember soon more past lives. And it might not be relevant to some people. It might just not be important. But to me, that's fun. And that's a way I have worked on my subconscious, on my thinking, on my inner work. And they're saying that could span past Lemuria, that could past Atlantis. And we're going to realize kind of our wholeness and understand, keep remembering our knowledge, our truth, and our true magic, which would be divine magic, which would be not magic spells in per se, but energy, understanding, spiritual gifts for the highest good only. So again, I said in another video, I've been asked about magic an awful lot over the years for sure, but an awful lot lately. What else can we know? Divine ancestors. Inner alchemy, magic. Inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. So, alchemy is the definition of turning a substance into gold, or love, alchemy, magical, magician. So that is the main message today, is what they're saying. So the star beings, the ancestors. They just want to say that every answer, it will to just do the basic truth is love. So they're saying send out love right now to every thought and idea you've ever had, every person that you've ever crossed paths with. And if there's somebody or 3, 4, 5 people in particular that you've had a hard time with or had to learn hard lessons with, we send you great love for helping us learn the really gross, bad stuff. Because we all play roles in each other's lives. And that will help us release and turn anger and old programs as we use our inner alchemy. It'll help us release and turn this true energy into pure divine love and harmony. And notice that we will be recognizing our true relationships, soul tribe, soul family, in much different ways, different perspectives. And it's not too late. And they just want to remind us that we're doing really good. Watch the skies for some signs and listen to your hearts. You are there, honored and appreciated. And the ancestors say, to the beginning of time and back, let's do this. We've got this. In these next months, there will be a realignment and recalibration in our hearts. And that's just going to be in the mass consciousness worldwide and personally. And there's still, this is like resounding freedom coming in different layers and ways. And if you're watching old belief systems, like one that's particularly been bothering me is the abuse or treating other people, women, children, like they're lesser. Both of my main boyfriend people were I've just annihilate, just like women. You are not a. And I know that's an old belief system. So I thank you guys for being gross and helping me learn. But I didn't ever really have that. I didn't know I had that belief system in my subconscious at all. I did not grow up that way. I had a really balanced, strong mom and family and stuff like that not once had judgment against women or skin colors or anything like that. I never was around that. But there's this kind of thing is being plucked out of our humanity mass consciousness right now. And that one was really bothering me lately. It has triggered me purposely by, again, some of the people. And so I thank you guys. But that's leaving because we see the obvious truth that we are all equal. And so there are other belief systems, views being plucked out, shadows being plucked out of the mass consciousness at the same time. So some of us are working on some of those things, and some of us are just holding, not just holding the light frequency wherever we are. And we are in the right places, doing the right things, and we will all be taken care of. And they're asking for great love to be sent out to everyone who's been touched by any virus, even thoughts. If we don't know somebody that has been affected by their or lives lost, just perfect wholeness and healing, and the plucking out of sickness, virus, fear, so that we can come together and help each other and support each other even more. And they're saying you guys are doing so well, and any loved ones that we have lost are transitioning beautifully, because they know there has been a lot of loss for all of us. and they send great love. One of them saying, remember, reality, our reality is coming together and balance. And it is more real in the higher dimensions instead of an earth life that is relatively short. It feels long to some of us, but relatively short. Our immortal souls are always always in order. Align with your higher selves. That can help some of you. And just know that we are here. We are the part of God that is here to answer your calls if you need us. I'm going to pull one more. Magnificence. You are an amazing, magnificent, and unique being. But most importantly, you are enough. Yeah, see, that's what I need the most. So I hope some of you guys enjoy that and also need it. Star family, star beings, show us some extra signs, and thank you, ancestors, to the beginning of time and back, and help us activate and stay in alignment in our pure divine coded divinity, please. They're laughing at me. Part of my being a psychic medium I love very much. I cannot actually complain about my work. I'm very grateful. But sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's made me cry. Sometimes it's exhausting. Too much loss. Being so empathic. It's harsh sometimes. And so they were saying, go ahead and talk about star beings and talk about connections that way and things like that, because that's fun to me. It's part of my passions. I want to add fun, curious, interesting stuff, and I'll keep learning. So they're saying that about all of you too. If there's something that makes you laugh or is exciting or you're passionate about, be it. And thank you guys so much. And I thank the ancestors, the star families. Thank you guys. See you soon.